Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sean. This is the Game Room. Thanks for joining us. Before we get into today's painting, if you would please like, subscribe, and at some point maybe drop a comment. It really helps the channel. It works with the YouTube algorithms, whatever, and so it just helps. These videos are not monetized. I just do them for fun and hopefully to help. And to help you, but it does help get more people to view it. So anyway, if you would please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Anyway, we are working on our Starship Troopers models, and today we're going to do a Chickenhawk, and he's tiny, and I'll show you what he really looks like up close. These are part of the 6mm range. There's not a Starship Troopers 6mm range because that's copyrighted, but you can find these models through like Emporium and Crow, both of them in Patreon. I'll leave the links in the comment section so you could find them. And there is a game that the guy from Crow has done, and it's pretty cool. I like the game. Before I even played it, I made cards for the game, all the different cards for the how to build, building model cards, and then the stat cards, just because it was fun and I like doing that. And it just looks like a great game, and it got me to start painting my models because I love Starship Troopers. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and let's get down to it. Okay, this is the little guy we're going to paint. Okay, and when we're done, he'll look something like this guy. Okay, not bad, kind of cool. If you have not, I strongly suggest watching the Starship Troopers Chronicles. It's an animated series, came out in the early 2000s. I think there's 38-ish episodes, give or take. There was a couple of episodes that were, what do they call the, I don't know what they call them. Basically, they didn't have time to put a full episode together, so it's a clip show where it's got like Higgins, showing a news clip and showing videos from the other shows that have already passed. But anyway, I want to say there's about 38 to 40 of them. Anyway, you can find them all on YouTube. They're awesome. About 22 minutes an episode. Turn one on because it'll take you about one episode to paint this guy. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cover him with gunmetal. He's primed with Gray Seer. And that's it. But if you have a gunmetal primer, you could stop that whole phase and just prime him with gunmetal. Then, as you can kind of see here, we're going to paint the glass, the windshield, Grim Black. We're using all speed paints here, or just all Army Painter paints, not necessarily all speed paints. We're going to use some white. To do the windshield, we're going to use 3 different blues. Beowulf Blue, High Lord Blue, and then Caribbean Ocean are the 3 blues we're going to use. And then I use some maize yellow, and where did you go? I put you over here. That was a mistake. For the yellow bits, and I used Fire Giant Orange for the red bits. So I'll show you what I did here as we did this, which is pretty cool. Alright, starting off with, I'm going to do cover the whole model in gunmetal. So grab a brush, grab some gunmetal, and get him covered. Alright, Next thing we're going to do is our Grim Black. Alright. I'm going to want to paint the glass on the windshield. Okay. I have these little lights up here at the top. I'm going to hit this gun here in the front. Same gun on the other side. And then this kind of open area back here. And it duplicates on the other side. Okay, like so. Maybe we'll hit these just to fill in those holes from the rocket launcher there. And go ahead and hit this little gun here on the side. Chickenhawks have a lot of firepower. If you've played the 28mm game, the Chickenhawk model was pretty awesome. Maybe even going to touch up these parts of his leg too, just to break up some of the silver. Alright, the wash that we'll do later will fill in a lot of those other gaps. So, I'll switch to the next color. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of white just to hit the areas on the silver that I'm going to want to paint either the Fire Giant Orange or the Maize Yellow. And that's going to be like these little stripes right here. And the hinge back here of his leg. Same thing on the other side. Okay. And then anywhere else you see that might be beneficial to, there's like these little lines right here, so we'll just gently touch those. Same thing on the other side. And then right up here, there's one, you can barely see it. Right here. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to experiment with the window here just a touch. I'm going to take some white, I'm going to get a lot of the white off. And I want the glare to be on the left side here, similar to what I did with this guy. There he is. Okay. I'm going to start here and then just gently pull across. Okay. Not the whole thing, but just enough, like so. Be right back. Alright, next we're going to hit it with our Beowulf Blue. And I have that out on the palette over here. And now we're going to cover the whole windshield. And let that dry, but you can kind of see where that light white that we were in is already helping us to give our glow. It's very light, but we'll let this dry and see what it looks like. Alright, now while we're waiting for that to dry, let's do our yellow. So we're using our maize yellow. And this is only just in a couple places, like right here. And this barely shows up over the gunmetal, which is why we painted it with the matte white first. Okay, and then next I'm going to just use the Fire Giant Orange, and we're going to hit these other places like the joint back here for his leg. And then like this little area right here. Same on this side. A little spot up here. Okay. Now, this is dried. So now we're going to go to our High Lord Blue. High Lord Blue. This is also a dark blue, but not as dark. And we're going to just kind of do the same thing we did with the white. We're going to hit it from the edges and then just kind of pull it across just a little bit. It might be hard to see, catch it in the glare right there. What I'm really doing here is just kind of, I don't know what you call it. Just kind of dragging it from one edge, not all the way across, just like we did with the white earlier. Just enough to just kind of change the color a little bit. So kind of like that. That's all we're trying to cover. We're going to leave this side over here dark, just covered with the Beowulf blue, and then this side will be a little bit lighter. Okay, what I want to show you, what I want to show you here is, now I'm going to take a little bit of the Highland blue, which is this one right here, and some white, which is right here. And I'm going to mix these two together. I'll take a little of that, take some of that. Okay. I still want it relatively dark, not super light. There we go. Kind of like that. And I really just want a little bit. So, like that. And then back over here, first I'm going to wipe some of that off. I'm going to do very similar to what we've been doing. I'm just going to start at the edge and just very lightly drag that across. Not as far as the Highland blue by itself. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more white to that. And again, I'm going to wipe some of that off. Because again, it's almost like you're doing almost a wet dry brush. But now I just want to get just enough, kind of like that. Just almost ghosting it, if that makes sense. Okay. And now I'm going to take a little bit more white. And now where it's mostly white with just a little touch of blue. And in fact, I'm not even using my Caribbean Ocean with this one. I used it on the last one, but I don't think I really need it because I did that a different way. But now I'm just going to Just kind of give it the highlighted edges. Kind of like that. Oh, it's kind of cool. I don't know which one you like better. This one's a little brighter. We could tone it down. We could go back over it with some of the like the High Lord blue to tone that down, but I kind of like it the way it is. Okay, so using the same blue, I just had that camera on so that we could on camera, so that I could show you how I was mixing it. I'm going to take some of that High Lord blue, and I'm going to paint our gun here with it. This one down here. And on this side. And then I'm going to take some of that ocean, the Caribbean Ocean, and I'm going to run that over that also. That's just to break up the color of the silver, just to make the weapon look a little different. Okay, what else can we do? Well, let's see. I'm going to take that same High Lord blue again. Not a ton, just a little. And I'm going to paint... You know what? I'm going to hit that with white first. Let's do that. That'll make that show up even better. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of white. Not a whole lot, because I don't want it to... I'm not trying to fill the holes or anything. I'm going to take a little bit of white and just kind of go over the surface here. And even get the outer red. Okay. And now, I'm going to take that High Lord blue. And we're going to fill this in. There we go. I'm going to leave the rim the white. Okay, let's do the lights. Now, the lights are just white. You could also use the yellow to make the lights yellow if you'd like. You've got lights up here on the top. So, that one, that one, that one. And then you've got some down here right in the front. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of that white, and I'm going to wipe most of it off, almost like a dry brush, and I'm going to run it over the black over here, just to highlight those in something that's not metallic. Okay. And what else? I think we got it all. So let's see. From our original test, I think we've got everything painted that we wanted to paint. Now we just need to do the wash. Now the wash, similar to what I've done in the past, it's the dark wash, using the dark tone, using the about 40% dark tone and 60% water. And then I'm just going to paint it all over the model. It's very much very watery color, and it's going to sit down, it's going to fill in and help blend everything together. Washes are great, especially when you're trying to paint stuff fast. You can let the washes really just finish the model off and make it look really cool. Makes them look, like they're out on the battlefield. Kind of ties all the colors together, sits down in the recesses, and it really makes the 2 dimensions of just a flat painted model really come to life in a 3 dimensions. Alright, and with that, this little guy's done. And we're going to let him dry, but when he's dry, he's going to look similar to this. Super glue him on the base, and then we'll put the sand on the base, and he'll be completely done. But there you go, guys. I mean, we're talking less than 20 minutes of paint time. So again, less time than about the time that it's going to take you to watch an episode of Roughneck Starship Troopers. So, I hope this helps. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please like, subscribe, leave a message down below. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love Starship Troopers. I own all 5 movies in multiple versions. If you've not seen all 5 movies, after the first one they get really campy. Then the animated ones are kind of cool, but the second and third one are really campy. But I love that kind of crap. So I just love those movies. The Roughneck Starship Troopers Chronicles is fantastic. If you've seen some of my older intro videos, you've seen that I have a very large collection of Starship Troopers, the 28mm game that came out in 2005? 2004, 2005? I think it was 2005. And only ran for a couple years before they basically killed it. Lost license, whatever. There's stories you can go out there and read on how Mongoose lost that or stopped supporting it, but really wish somebody would pick the IP back up and run with it, because it was actually a really good game. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I think these guys came out pretty good. I didn't even switch my camera back. There you go. Like I said, please like, subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms and getting this video out to more people. You can use the same techniques for Epic. If you're getting into Warpath, which I am going heavily into Warpath, I love the 6 and the 10mm stuff. If you look in my channel history, I've got a whole series on Drop Zone Commander and Dead Zone. Or, well, I've got Dead Zone too, but Drop Zone Commander and Drop Fleet Commander, and how I painted those spaceships. I love that type of scale. I like the mass battles. I think it's really cool. So I'm really anxious to get these guys done and get them on the table and play the Starship Troopers miniatures game that Crow came out with. Link to his Patreon will be down in the video below. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, comment. God bless. Have a wonderful evening. Bye now.